Ottawa Aeros American Legion Baseball pregame show. Brought to you by Wise Guys Construction. Whether it's residential, commercial, or restoration construction you need, be wise. Call Wise Guys Construction at 785-229-5651. And by the Ottawa Chiropractic Clinic. Comprehensive chiropractic care for the whole family. Call 785-242-4100 for an appointment. Now, for a preview of Ottawa Aeros American Legion Baseball, here's Gary Bateman.
And welcome to Burke High School here in beautiful Omaha, Nebraska. David Eichel here for KOFO Radio. Another beautiful day for baseball. Teams are getting warmed up. Crowds starting to pile in. Sun just beating down on the green grass and the dirt. Especially after yesterday's walk-off victory by the Ottawa Aeros, this team is pumped up and ready to go. I talked to head coach Brian Long before the game, and he said that there was a really good measuring stick for his team, and he is beyond happy to get the win. Thanks for joining us, and welcome into the Wise Guys Construction and Ottawa Chiropractic Clinic Aeros pregame show here today. I talked to head coach Brian Long before the game, as I mentioned just before. He said this is going to be another really, really tough test for his team, and he's looking forward to seeing how they're going to do and the opportunity that's at hand. The team understands it. He's articulated that with his team, and he says he's pretty confident in his team's ability to get this win today. On the other side, they're going to be playing the Wheaton, Illinois Falcons, who yesterday came off a thrilling 5-4 victory that started off with some early offense in the first 3 innings, sort of died down near the end, and it turned into a really kind of an all-out pitching duel. So that's going to be that side of the equation, but let's get into some stats. Jared Parenti was an absolutely stellar for the Ottawa Aeros yesterday. Started off 0 for 2, not really his best day at the plate to start with, but then came away with 3 straight hits in his last 3 at-bats, including 2 doubles, and helped set up the comeback victory and helped secure the win for them. Going on the list as well, Chance Crowley gave up 6 earned runs, but he really held his own at the end and made the plays when he needed to and put them in a tough position. And today we're also going to have a couple starting lineup changes. We're going to have Owen Lamar starting. Owen Lamar came in about halfway through the game yesterday and batted 3 for 3. And it's really kind of a catalyst for this Ottawa Aero offense, especially when the two dynamic duo, the sluggers, Trenton Ferguson and Donnie Sudi, were struggling yesterday at the plate. They went a combined 2 for 9, and that's just very uncharacteristic of them. But I would not expect the same from them today. But we're going to take our first quick break, and when we come back, I'll preview the Wheaton, Illinois Falcons. Stay with us on KOFO Radio and the Wise Guys Construction Ottawa Chiropractic Clinic Aeros pregame show.
Anyone can call themselves a construction company, slap a sign on the side of their truck, and drive around town looking for work. Is that who you want to hire? No. You're smarter than that. Wise Guys Construction at 108 North Main in Ottawa has been in business for 13 years, building new residential homes, adding additions and finishing basements, solving commercial structure needs for businesses, and repairing damage left behind from fire or water. When it comes to who you hire for residential and commercial construction needs, be wise. Call Wise Guys Construction at 785-229-5651.
Being your local hometown chiropractic clinic for over 50 years lends itself to being a longtime supporter of the area sports teams, including the Ottawa American Legion baseball team. Ottawa Chiropractic Clinic wishes this year's squad the best as they work toward the result they want, a 3rd straight state championship. When you want results in reducing your pain and improving your overall wellness with traditional chiropractic care, call on the experienced team of Dr. Mike Hyatt and Dr. Sherry Jung at the Ottawa Chiropractic Clinic, 15th and Main in Ottawa, 242-4001, or visit ottawachiropractic.com.
And welcome back to Burke High School in Omaha, Nebraska. David Eichel here. Thanks for joining us for the Wise Guys Construction Ottawa Chiropractic Clinic Aeros pregame show. The starting pitchers here today we're going to have for the Ottawa Aeros, Johnny Nash, who is going to be making his 4th start of the season. He's 2-0 right now with a 2.33 ERA and a 1.33 WHIP. He has the team leading 15 strikeouts, was only walked 4 batters, and has only allowed 3 runs. Really kind of a catalyst for this pitching staff alongside Chance Crowley, who obviously started yesterday. But we're going to take a look at the other side with the Wheaton, Illinois Falcons. The Falcons have Bostrom, and today Bostrom is 1-0 on the season. This will be his second start. Has a 3.2 ERA, and it's really just kind of been a stellar, kind of just that glue guy. Doesn't get a lot of strikeouts, only 7 on the season, but he's able to put batters in uncomfortable situations, to force a lot of grounders, force a lot of pop flies, and he's just been a really good utility player for them. And he's also a pretty good batter. He's batting about .354 so far this season, and has also played center field for this game. The players are still getting warmed up, both sides, and the field looks like it's about ready to go. We're looking here about probably 10 minutes away from the opening pitch. And keep in mind that the Ottawa Arrows will have a doubleheader today. They're also going to be going up against the Buffalo, Minnesota, who played Wheaton, Illinois today. So got a little bit of an preview of both teams yesterday as they were the game before the Ottawa Arrows' thrilling comeback here. But as I mentioned yesterday, kind of the story was the quick start by the Ottawa Arrows, but just unable to get the mid-innings going and kind of let a couple mini runs by the Burke Bulldogs let them back in the game and kind of take over the game. And it was really kind of a story of Donovan Sudi and Trenton Ferguson struggling, which is something that we're really not used to saying. Their combined average is about .575 for the season. They got 5 home runs between them. I mean, these guys they can have a lot of power. So they'll be banging the 3 and 4 spots again today. I wouldn't expect them to struggle as much as they did yesterday, but who knows with this Wheaton, Illinois pitching staff and what they're going to be able to come up with to try to minimize the impact that Ferguson and Sudi could have on today's game. And so we'll go with that. We'll see how they do today. Like I said, I don't think they'll really struggle anymore. Jared Parenti, we'll see if he can continue his hot stretch. He had 3 straight hits in his last 3 at-bats. And we'll see if Dalton Rankin can get together. And we'll see if Owen Lamar can continue his hot hitting. He was kind of the guy that really sparked the offense to come back at all, as they seemed a little bit dead in the water for a couple innings yesterday. But, head coach Brian Long made a substitution and ended off paying dividends for the team. So finally made their way to the plate. Both head coaches will be heading there shortly. Brian Long's just hitting some grounders to his team. But this is a big game for this team. Tomorrow is going to be all seeded play, and it'd be just a great start for them to get a later game if they could go 3-0 in the games leading up to it. They'll have to beat, as I mentioned, they need to beat the Wheaton, Illinois Falcons. They'll need to beat Buffalo, Minnesota. There's another really talented team that's come around this time of year. But, as I mentioned, Brian Long really wants to see where this team's at. He's repeatedly told me that the teams he's played up till this point just aren't the caliber of teams that he feels they should be playing, needs to play up the competition. He said yesterday was a great test for that, and there's really no weak team in this tournament. We're going to take our second break here on KOFL Radio. Stay with us for more of the Wise Guys Construction Ottawa Chiropractic Clinic Arrows pregame show.
When Ottawa Family Physicians chose to construct their new Ottawa Care Clinic inside Costantino's Price Chopper, they turned to Wise Guys Construction. Dr. John Gollier.
We knew they were reliable. Their reputation's excellent. I've known Jason and Bill for a long time, and I trusted them to do a good job. They've worked with our staff and kept our hassles to a minimum. No, I would have absolutely no hesitation recommending Wise Guys Construction.
For commercial or residential construction, be wise. Call Wise Guys Construction, 785-229-5651. Thank you for listening to the Post 60 Ottawa Arrows American Being your local hometown chiropractic clinic for over 50 years lends itself to being a longtime supporter of the area sports teams, including the Ottawa American Legion baseball team. Ottawa Chiropractic Clinic wishes this year's squad the best as they work toward the result they want, a third straight state championship. When you want results in reducing your pain and improving your overall wellness with traditional chiropractic care, call on the experienced team of Dr. Mike Hyatt and Dr. Sherry Jung at the Ottawa Chiropractic Clinic, 15th and Main in Ottawa, 242-4001, or visit ottawachiropractic.com.
And welcome back to Burke High School here in beautiful, beautiful Omaha, Nebraska. Partly quiet skies. Not much of a wind today, but very, very sunny. The crowd's finally filing in. Both head coaches are greeting the umps at home plate. Looks like this game is going to get started around 9:02 a.m., so probably about 6 minutes from now as they're handing over the lineup sheets to the umpires, and we'll get underway here shortly. Teams are getting ready for the Star-Spangled Banner around this time, and we'll see if also a guy making a start today that wasn't on yesterday. Grant Maxwell will be making a start for the Ottawa Arrows. Maxwell, who's batting .280 for the season, struck out 6 times, so he's got 8 RBIs and 2 doubles for this team at 25 at-bats. As both teams line up, we're also going to see a little bit more of a couple more substitutions that we weren't able to see yesterday. Brody Mundo is going to be there. Dolan Rankin, Merrick Brown, and Chance Crowley, the pitcher yesterday, is going to be the designated hitter for this team today. As the teams hear the Star-Spangled Banner, everyone's getting excited. But, we'll see. Brian Long said yesterday that I did ask him why he wanted to leave Crowley in there despite giving up 4 runs in the 5th inning yesterday. And he said, look, he's my guy. I got trust in him. I knew he'd be able to come back, and he wouldn't make any more mistakes that could potentially cost us the game. And it paid dividends. The trust in his players, and the players respect that, and they're going to give it all for their head coach. Crowley just didn't seem rattled, and none of the players really seemed – they kept great composure just from battling down 3 going into the final inning of play yesterday. And it just shows what this team's made of. I think yesterday was a pretty good statement win for this team. But we'll see if that kind of momentum carries in to today, as baseball is a day-by-day game. As Star-Spangled Banner here wraps up, we are going to wrap up this pregame show. And when we come back, there will be the first pitch, and we'll get going. Thanks for tuning in to the Wise Guys Construction Ottawa Chiropractic Clinic Arrows pregame show.
Thank you for listening to the Post 60 Ottawa Arrows American Legion Baseball pregame show, brought to you by Wise Guys Construction and the Ottawa Chiropractic Clinic. First pitch is coming up next. You know Wise Guys Construction in Ottawa as the premier residential and commercial construction company. But did you know they also provide full repair for fire and flood restoration? Here's Bill Crowley, owner of Wise Guys Construction.
We offer full turnkey services, from cleaning and drying to the repairs of your project. We're an insurance preferred contractor. When disaster strikes, experience matters.
When it comes to your residential, commercial, or restoration needs, be wise. Call Wise Guys Construction in Ottawa, 785-229-5651. KOFO, your sports source for East Central Kansas, welcomes you to this broadcast of Post 60 Ottawa Arrows American Legion Baseball. Brought to you by Modern Woodman agent Dale Pearson, Dr. Hale Family Dentistry, Kansas State Bank, Adamson Brothers, Ottawa Recreation Commission, and by Ransom Memorial Hospital, Ottawa Chiropractic Clinic, Sutton's Jewelry, CarStar, Messenger's Home Furnishings, Lingle & Son Mortuary, also by Franklin County Chiropractic, the Ottawa Herald, Wise Guys Construction, People's Bank, Kramer Pharmacy, and Costantino's Price Chopper, Quality Structures Incorporated, Maxwell Chiropractic, and Advantage Electric. Now let's head back to the Diamond and rejoin KOFO Sports Director Gary Bateman for Ottawa Arrows American Legion Baseball.
And welcome back to Burke High School in Omaha, Nebraska, as the Ottawa Arrows are going to be the home team for the second straight game as they are taking the field and they are warming up right now as the Wheaton North Falcons are getting ready to go. The Wheaton North Falcons, we are going to have Olsen come out, and he's going to lead the way for them. And Trevor Bain will be catching for the Ottawa Arrows as expected. Players still warming up, getting ready to go. Beautiful day here, as I say. Not much wind. Great weather. Great baseball weather. A lot more fans here today than yesterday. I mean, we got a couple hundred people here. It's going to be a really fun, loud atmosphere today as Olsen makes his way to the plate and the dust off home plate. We are going to get started here in just a moment. Players look on, the crowd already getting extremely loud. The Wheaton North Falcons really traveled well, the fan base. They were extremely loud yesterday, very passionate about their team. As first pitch is there, and it's a ball just outside left. First pitch is officially at 9:01 a.m. Nash winds up, and the pitch, and it's a hit to right field, pop fly, and it's going to be caught for the first out of the day. Very good contact by Olsen, but the right fielder really didn't have to move much, was able to snag it. We're going to have number 14, Shepard, coming out for the second batter of this inning. And Nash winds up and delivers. And that's going to be in there. Nice changeup right down the middle for strike number one. Count is up to 0-1, 1 out. Same pitch, same result. Strike two, changeup in the lower middle. Really, really nice pitch by Nash. That one's just going to be too low for Johnny Nash, and that's going to be ball number one. Count is now up to 1-2. And the windup by Nash, and the throw just to the right outside. That's going to be ball number two. Nash looking, throws, and it's going to make contact, but the first baseman able to get it, and, just off the glove of Johnny Nash as he went to touch first. As the throwing error will result in Shepard advancing to second. Really was a difficult play, though, by the first baseman to be able to really dive and snag that, but rushed his throw a little bit too much and just went off the top of the glove of Nash and just went to the right side of the field, and that just advanced Shepard to second. Shepard, nice lead off the second. Nash throws. That's the strike number one on Bostrom. Nash staring on Shepard. As he has a pretty decent leadoff. Nash with the throw. Just to be too high left corner. That's going to be outside for ball number two. Counts up 2-1, 1 out, men on second. And that's going to be ball number three. The count is up to 3-1. Fastball to the right lower corner, wasn't able to get in that strike zone. Nash looking, throwing. Just outside, that's going to be ball number four, and that's going to be a walk for Bostrom. Men on first and second. Trevor Bain walking up to Johnny Nash, just kind of saying, hey, bud, you got this. Walking back. Next up, we have number 24, Gray. Nash looking and throwing. In there for strike number 1, fastball right down the middle. Catches Gray looking there. Nash with the throw. Just going to be hit backwards. That's going to be foul. That's going to be strike number 2. Count is 0-2. 1 out. Men on first and second. Top of the first. And that's going to make contact near the gap of center and right field. And it's going to drop. Runner rounding third, going home. And the Wheaton North Falcons strike first with an RBI double there by Gray. About the perfect placement of a gap you want to hit. It was a pop fly, but just hit between the gap of the right fielder and the center fielder and able to drop. There's men on second and third now after the RBI double. Next up, we have number 22, Atkinson. Nash with the fastball right down the middle for strike number 1. This looks like a wild pitch, and it's going to be one more run for the Wheaton North Falcons as Trevor Bain couldn't hold on to the ball as it kind of hit off the bottom of his chest pad. And that's going to be throwing error there, and now Wheaton North Falcons lead 2-0 over the Ottawa Arrows. And the runner on second advanced to third. Count is 0-2, 1 out, top of the first. And that's going to be just outside for ball number 1. Wind up and the pitch, and it's going to be the same spot outside for ball number 2. We'll see how Nash handles this adversity as he's only given up 3 earned runs so far this season. And the wind up and the pitch. And he's going to get him swinging for a strikeout number 1 and out number 2 this inning. Good pitch, lower right corner of the strike zone, able to get him swinging. We have number 50, Hacker, coming up. He's going to make contact at the bunt. He's running now. And he's going to be safe at first, and the third run of the inning scores for the Wheaton North Falcons. And head coach Brian Long is making his way to the mound. Talk to Nash, see where he's at. 3 quick runs for the Falcons. That matches Johnny Nash's earned runs all season. Both dumps are going to the mound as well. The whole infield is. We'll see if Long decides to leave his man in, as he will do just that. Johnny Nash will stay in as Brian Long makes his way back to his dugout. We have number 8, Claus, coming up. We have Hacker on first, 2 outs. He's attempting to steal second, and he's safe, unable to get the tag. The Ottawa Arrows look pretty surprised by that, as it looks like he made his glove hit him, but wasn't sure he had the ball at that time. He did catch it, but not sure if he was able to get the ball in the glove in time. Counts 1-0. Man on second. To be just too low outside. It's for ball number 2. Wind up and the pitch. Too high, that's going to be ball number 3. The count is now 3-0. Hackers on second. And that's going to be a hit batter as Hackers attempting to steal third. And there are now runners at the corners. 2 out. We have Chris Donahue, the center fielder for the Wheaton North Falcons, coming up now. This is the 8th batter of this inning for the Falcons. Runs the corners, 2 outs. And that's going to be just too high for ball number 1. 3-0 top of the first inning. As Nash looks down, runner on first, and throws. And it's in there for strike 1. Nash checks down third base, delivers, and that's going to be too high. That's going to be ball number 2. Nash looking a little frustrated. He seems he's unable to really find the strike zone consistently. Nash loads up and fires. And he's swinging, and that's strike number 2. Good fastball right in the left side, able to get him swinging. Counts up to 2-2, 2 outs, runners to the corners. And the windup and the pitch. Too high as the first runner on first will steal second. Runners on second and third now. Full count. Full count, 2 outs, runners on second and third. Top of the first inning here at Burke High School in Omaha, Nebraska. And the pitch. And he's going to get him looking. That's strikeout number 2 and out number 3 this inning. At the end of the top of the first, the Wheaton North Falcons strike first as they lead the Ottawa Arrows 3-0. Stay with us on KOFO Radio.
How about getting rid of a pound of fat per day with completely safe, effective laser-like lipo? No strenuous dieting or excessive exercising. Call Dr. Jade Provo at Franklin County Chiropractic for a no-obligation appointment. 785-242-9393.
Hot days are ahead. Is your air conditioner up to snuff? Now's the time to find out. Call today for an AC tune-up from Adamson Brothers Heating and Cooling. Our experts will make sure that your air conditioner is ready to keep your family cool this summer. 242-9273.
Sports, information, and entertainment in East Central Kansas. KOFO K279CS Ottawa, where keeping you informed comes first.
And welcome back to Burke High School in beautiful Omaha, Nebraska. Great baseball weather and even better baseball as the Wheaton North Falcons lead the Ottawa Arrows 3-0 at the end of the top of the first inning as we head into the bottom of the first. We'll see if head coach for the Ottawa Arrows, Brian Long, and the Arrows can strike back and narrow this margin right now. For the Ottawa Arrows, we have leading off Jared Parenti. Up next, Trevor Bame and Trenton Ferguson will be the starting 3, which is the same 3 as yesterday. And I got a feeling he's playing and all the people are dancing. Just a fun atmosphere here again today. Pitcher for the Wheaton North Falcons is being warmed up as Brian Long makes his way to third. We have Bjorn Bostrom, the pitcher for the Wheaton North Falcons today. A couple of wild pitches during his warm-up, so we'll see if he's able to put it together with batters at the plate. As he winds up and the pitch, just going to be outside to the left middle, and that's going to be ball number 1. Counts now 1-0. And the second pitch is going to be the same spot for ball number 2. It counts 2-0. Parenti at the plate. And winds up. And the pitch, same spot again. Counts now 3-0. Parenti really put together a stellar game yesterday. As I mentioned in the pregame show, he had 3 straight hits to end yesterday. It was really a catalyst for the team as Bostrom winds up, and the pitch is going to be outside for ball 4, and Parenti will make his way to first base. A 4-pitch walk to start the game for the Arrows as the catcher, Trevor Bain, makes his way to the plate. Parenti thought about going, decided against it, as that's going to be ball number 1 for Trevor Bain. And he's going to check Parenti down first. Parenti calmly slides back. You know, Parenti has been a really elite stolen base guy for this Ottawa Arrows team. He has 17 on the season after stealing 1 yesterday. Just a very quick guy. As he's going to second now, and the throw second. It's going to be too high, but there's a man there to avoid the error. But Parenti will make his way to second base for his 18th stolen base of the year. Counts now 1-1. Bain looking like he's going to bunt, but Bostrom throws it outside for ball number 2. The count's 2-1, no outs. Jared Parenti on second for the Arrows. Looking to come back with a few runs of their own. Bain looking to bunt. It's going to hit the outside corner of the strike zone for strike number 2. Counts up to 1-2. Bain steps back in. Checks down Parenti at second, and the delivery. And it's going to be too high. That's going to be ball. Count is now up to 3-2. Full count here for Bain. We'll see if he still wants to bunt. Get some contact on it, will not bunt, and it's going to be fouled off the left side. 4. Count remains 3-2. Parenti was going to third, too, but obviously with the foul wasn't able to do so. It's interesting to see if he'll do it again. That's going to be outside 4. Ball number 4 as Bjorn Bostrom walks the first 2 batters. You got left fielder Trenton Ferguson coming out to play. As I mentioned earlier, Ferguson really struggled yesterday, but this is a guy you don't want to sleep on. He's still batting .540 for the season. And the head coach for the Wheaton, Noah Falcons, knows it as he's making his way out to the pitcher's mound. Talks to his catcher, talks to Bjorn Bostrom to see about some potential strategy. But it's not like it gets any easier as Donnie Sudi is up next, and Sudi is just as efficient, if not more efficient, than Ferguson. Sudi is batting .585 for the season with 3 home runs, 26 RBIs, 10 doubles, 3 triples, and 3 homers. So it really doesn't get any easier. As Ferguson makes his way to the batter's box. Runners on first and second after 2 walks. The windup and the pitch. That's going to be outside for ball number 1. It's interesting. Doesn't look like Bostrom has the velocity right now. He's really throwing it extremely low to the corners. And as I say that, he throws it just above Ferguson's head for ball number 2. wind-up and the pitch. It's going to be just too high in the strike zone. Counts out 3-0. Runners on first and second, no outs. The count's up to 3-0. And that's going to be the third consecutive walk for Bjorn Bostrom, as the Ottawa Arrows have bases loaded with their slugger, their power hitter, Donnie Sudi, coming up, adjusting his helmet, adjusting his gloves, stretching a little bit as he steps in the batter's box. Big opportunity here for the Arrows to get back some runs. As Bostrom pitches right down the middle, fastball for strike number one. The wind-up and the pitch. Studi swings but misses. Strike number two. Count is now 0-2. Bases loaded, no outs. Arrows trail by 3. Bostrom looking. And delivers. And it's going to be hit right back to the pitcher, butts off top of the glove. As he's able to get second, but Studi will be safe at first. As the Arrows will score one to break the seal for them. So Trenton Ferguson is out at second. Studi is safe at first. Bain will be safe at third as Jared Parenti scores the first run for the Ottawa Arrows. Next up we have Keegan Finch. Finch really put together a nice game yesterday. Very consistent hitter, very good fielder. Really a solid game for him as he came up big and was the hero yesterday as he hit the walk-off for the Ottawa Arrows. As there's going to be back-to-back strikes right down the middle on Keegan Finch. Count is 0-2, 1 out. Runners at the corners. See if Finch can clean it up and keep his momentum going. As Bjorn Bostrom gets the strikeout right down the middle with the slider. Good pitch by him, and that'll be his first strikeout of the day as Finch makes his way back to the Arrow dugout. Next up, we have the second baseman, Owen Lamar. As I mentioned, Lamar had a really big day yesterday at the plate, 3 for 3, big-time hits. As it looks like he's going to pop that one out to the left side, and it's going to stay fair, and the Wheaton North Falcons are able to get it. Missed opportunity there for the Arrows, but they get one run here. After one inning, the score is the Wheaton North Falcons 3, the Ottawa Arrows 1. Stay with us for more Arrows baseball on KOFO Radio.
Since 1944, families of Franklin County have called Dingle & Son Mortuary and Crematory in their time of need. Why? Because of the peace of mind received knowing that Dingle & Son will take charge and exceed expectations. Visit dinglemortuary.com.
Smart Ottawa shoppers know Costantino's Price Chopper has the best rewards program in town. Only Price Chopper lets you earn points on all your purchases. Visit mypricechopper.com and start saving on food or fuel today. Shop Costantino's, your local family-owned grocer since 1948.
The Ottawa Shopper has a new look with new features. Never miss your favorite TV show with the TV guides. Find area church times and the popular Kids Talk About God column on the church pages. And get useful employment tips from our weekly Q&A advice column. Call 242-4700 to get your Franklin County address added to our subscription list for free, or pick up the Ottawa Shopper at multiple racks around town. That's 242-4700.
And welcome back to Burke High School in Omaha, Nebraska, where the Ottawa Arrows are taking on the Wheaton North Falcons, as the Falcons struck first at the top of the first inning with 3 quick runs, but the Arrows able to snag 1 at the bottom of the first, but left 2 runners on first and third. Next up for the Wheaton North Falcons, we have the top of the order. So it's Olsen, Ryan Russman, the bottom of the order, will be coming up right now. The ninth batter of the order for the Wheaton North Falcons will be coming up. Following that, they will have Olsen coming up, as well as Shepard. Pitcher, the last warm-up throw. Batter steps to the box. It's going to be just outside for ball number one. Nash gets it back and winds up relatively quickly, and it's going to be a strike right down the middle for strike one. Count is 1-1. No outs, no men on. And that's going to be made contact right to the center fielder, who's able to snag it for the first out of the inning. And Connor Olsen will make his way to the plate for his second at-bat of the day. Nash winds up and will deliver it right in the lower part of the strike zone for strike one. Count 0-1, no men on, 1 out. And it's going to be a pop fly to right field. It's back. And that will be snagged off the wall, but it looks like it's going to be a triple for the Wheaton North Falcons. Looks like it was a relatively easy pop fly, but it just kept going back, and just missed the yellow part of the wall. A near home run for Olsen, but that's going to be a triple for him. Kelton Shepard makes his way to the plate for his second at-bat. By Olsen's reaction, too, he thought it was gone. He was jogging, but then started sprinting after seeing the ball get hit off the wall. And that's going to be fouled back for strike number one. Nash checks around third and delivers. And it's going to make contact. Big hit to center field, but easy catch as Olsen breaks for home. And the throw will not be in time, as Olsen will score another one for the Wheaton North Falcons, thanks to a sacrifice fly from Kelton Shepard. And Bjorn Bostrom, the pitcher, making his way to the plate. No runners on, 2 outs. And that's going to be a pop fly to the second baseman, who's able to get it for the third and final out of the top half of this inning. Quick inning, but the Wheaton North Falcons score once. And the score is now 4-1 with the Ottawa Aeros coming up. Stay with us on KOFO Radio for more Aeros baseball.
Being your local hometown chiropractic clinic for over 50 years lends itself to being a longtime supporter of the area sports teams, including the Ottawa American Legion baseball team. Ottawa Chiropractic Clinic wishes this year's squad the best as they work toward the result they want, a third straight state championship. When you want results in reducing your pain and improving your overall wellness with traditional chiropractic care, call on the experienced team of Dr. Mike Hyatt and Dr. Sherry Jung at the Ottawa Chiropractic Clinic, 15th and Main in Ottawa, 242-4001, or visit ottawachiropractic.com.
And welcome back to Burke High School here, where the Ottawa Aeros are taking on the Wheaton North Falcons. As the Falcons get a triple from Olsen, that leads to 1 run for them in the top of the second inning. As the Ottawa Aeros get warmed up and stretched out, there was happy birthday playing over the speakers for a lady who does not seem too happy with her friends right now, as they probably set that up for her, as she looks a little bit embarrassed, but her friends are loving it. Coming up next for the Ottawa Aeros, we are going to have Bowen Rankin, Merrick Brown, and yesterday's pitcher and today's designated hitter, Chance Crowley. Music is set. Long makes his way to third. Ump is dusting off the plate, and we are back to baseball action. Dalton Rankin makes his way to the plate. Wheaton North Falcons lead the Ottawa Arrows 4-1 going into the bottom of the second. Bostrom with the pitch. It's going to be just too high for ball number one. Count is now 1-0. As Bostrom winds up, and the pitch, and it's going to be made contact. Left field, back, and it's going to be off the wall. Dalton Rankin is making his way to second, who will calmly get the second, and that is a leadoff double for the Ottawa Arrows. Big-time hit for him as it hit in the very left part of the field, bounced twice, and then hit off the wall for a good bounce. Up next for the Arrows, we have Merrick Brown. Brown steps in looking to bunt, pulls it back, and that's going to be strike number one. Counts 0-1, man on second, no outs. And it's going to be a bunt. And Rankin's going to make his way to third, as Merrick Brown will be out at first, but the runner advances to third. We have Chance Crowley coming up, the ninth batter of this quarter, with Dalton Rankin on third base. Bostrom checks the man on third, and winds up. Hit the very lower left corner of the strike zone for strike number one. Count's now 0-1. To be fouled back for strike number two. Good change up there by Bostrom. Steps back into the batter's box. Bostrom looking, staring him down, throws, and it's going to be popped back as the catcher will make the catch for the second out of the inning. We're back at the top of the order for the Ottawa Arrows as Jared Parenti makes his way back up to the plate. Parenti has reached base in 4 consecutive at-bats, 3 hits, and recently had a 4-pitch walk to start the game. Pitch is right down the middle, fastball for strike number one. Parenti steps out, steps back in. Bostrom throws, and it's going to be too short, and that's going to be ball number one. Counts 1-1, 2 outs. Man on third for the Ottawa Arrows. Bostrom looking and throwing. It's going to be a grounder to third baseman who can't handle it, and Parenti will reach first on a single and scores. Dalton Rankin from third. Margin has now slimmed down. It's now a 4-2 deficit for the Arrows, but a big-time hit, to say the least. And Parenti has now reached base at 5 consecutive at-bats. Trevor Bain making his way back. As Bostrom throws at the first baseman, checking Parenti, who already does have a stolen base today. Might be looking for more. He's got 18 on the season. He's had 1 a game on average. And Parenti goes. And throws second. Will not be in time, and Parenti has a second stolen base of the game. Parenti has just been a machine at stolen bases. Every single time he gets on base, you know he's thinking about going. As Bostrom pitches right down the middle for a strike, the count is now 1-1. Bostrom staring down Parenti. Turning, looking, throwing, and it's going to be a grounder to the third baseman, who will snag this one and make the throw to first. And it will be in time, but Trevor Boehm didn't seem to think his foot was on the bag, but nonetheless, that's going to end the second inning. After 2 innings, the Ottawa Aeros trail the Wheaton North Falcons by a deficit of 4-2. Stay with us for more Aeros baseball on KOFO Radio.
Kramer Pharmacy, downtown Ottawa, hopes you're enjoying this KOFO sports broadcast and wishes all the area teams good luck this season. Call Kramer Pharmacy today and ask about their convenient MedSync program that allows you to have all your prescriptions filled at the same time each month. Call 242-2055.
People's Bank in Ottawa is proud to support our area sports teams. From People's Bank Field at Ottawa University to our Bucks for Buckets promotion and more, we believe our local sports programs are an investment in our future. Best of luck to the Ottawa sports teams from all of us at People's Bank. Member FDIC.
Anyone can call themselves a construction company, slap a sign on the side of their truck, and drive around town looking for work. Is that who you want to hire? No. You're smarter than that. Wise Guys Construction at 108 North Main in Ottawa has been in business for 13 years, building new residential homes, adding additions and finishing basements, solving commercial structure needs for businesses, and repairing damage left behind from fire or water. When it comes to who you hire for residential and commercial construction needs, be wise. Call Wise Guys Construction at 785-229-5651.
And welcome back to Omaha, Nebraska, where the Ottawa Aeros are taking on the Wheaton North Falcons. As the Aeros were able to get another run in the bottom of the second, but still trail 4-2. As Johnny Nash will remain out there for another inning of pitching, see if he can turn his performance around. He has 2 early Ks, but the hitters, the Wheaton North Falcon hitters, have gotten some really nice plays on the ball. Up next for the Wheaton North Falcons, we have Gray. Jackson Gray. Gray's already had 1 big hit today that led to 2 Falcon runs. And his first pitch is in there for the left side corner strike. Nash winds up and throws, and it's going to be a grounder to the second baseman, who snags it calmly, and he will be out at first for the first out of the inning. Up next, we have Drew Atkinson making his way to the plate. As Nash staring him down. And winds up and throws. And it's going to get him swinging for strike number 1. Really good use of the changeup there by Nash. And that one's going to be too low for ball number 1. Count is 1-1, 1 out, no men on. And delivers. Slider's just going to be outside for ball number 2. Winds up and the throw. Get the left corner of the strike zone for strike number 2. Atkinson looking a little surprised by that call. Nash throws, and that one's just going to be too low for, makes a full count, 3-2 counts with 1 out. Johnny Nash looking, throwing, and it's going to be made contact. But the Aeros center fielder is able to get there and catch for an easy out. for out number 2 of this inning. Next up, we have the catcher, Sam Hacker. Hacker does have an RBI single on the day so far, as Nash delivers with a strike. And throws, and it's going to get a hit to shallow center field and will drop. But the center fielder won't be able to get it. He's throwing to second, and Hacker now with a single and a double to start the game, as the Arrow center fielder slid a little bit too early and just skidded past him. So a 2-out double there by Hacker. And Jack Claus will be coming out to bat. 2 outs, man on second. Top of the third. Nash winds up and throws. And to get him swinging for strike number 1. Nash taking a little bit more time with his pitches than he was at the beginning of the game. He winds up and throws, and that's going to be just too high for ball number 1. Counts now 1-1, 2 outs, man on second. And a throw. And that's going to be fouled back. Count is now 0-2. Steps out of the batter's box for a second. Stretches. Steps back in. Nash gearing up. And throws, and that's going to be just outside for ball number 1. Excuse me, 2-2 count. 2-2 count. As Nash checks down second baseman. And the windup and throw, and it's going to be hit to right field. It's going to hit shallow right field and drop. Able to easily snag it. He's going home. Not in time. And they threw back to first and just missed the tag. Just missed the tag, but the Wheaton North Falcons will put up another one. As center fielder Chris Donahue will be making his way out to the plate. Falcons lead 5-2. And that's going to be too low for ball number 1. Steps out of the batter's box, adjusts his helmet, his gloves, breathes, step back in. And the windup and throw is going to be too high. He's sitting in the middle, throwing it to second, and he's out at second base. The Falcon runner couldn't decide what he wanted to do and just got caught up in the middle, and that's going to be the 3rd out of this inning. But the Falcons get one on the board and lead the Ottawa Arrows 5-2. Stay with us on KOFO Radio.
Whether it's on the field as a player or tackling your yard as a weekend warrior, injuries happen. The Orthopedic Associates of Ottawa at Ransom Memorial Hospital can reduce your pain, increase your function, and get you back in the game. Find out how by visiting ransom.org.
Did you know Dr. Hale's office is a full-service dental care center? If you have stained, cracked, or missing teeth, Dr. Hale can treat these and other dental concerns and bring confidence back to your smile. For quality care in a relaxed environment, call Dr. Hale's office, 242-1800.
And welcome back to Omaha, Nebraska, here at Burke High School, where the Ottawa Arrows are taking on the Wheaton North Falcons, but the Falcons lead the Arrows 5-2 after putting up one more run at the top of the third. Up next for the Ottawa Arrows, we are going to have Trenton Ferguson, Donovan Sudi, and Keegan Finch. As Ferguson steps in and takes the first ball. And that one's going to be too high. It's a wild pitch, but no runners on, so no harm done for the Falcons. As Ferguson steps back in, 2-0 count. And the windup and the pitch. It's going to be too high for ball number 3. It counts 3-0. Bostrom throws, and that's going to be ball number 4, another 4-pitch leadoff walk in favor of the Arrows. As Donnie Sudi steps in, Sudi already had a single earlier today, but Ferguson was out at second. Sudi rips one to left field, but it's going to be foul. As it's an 0-1 count with a runner on first. No outs here in the bottom of the third. Throws it to first, no harm done. Ferguson gets back. And the windup and the pitch. And that's going to be popped to the right side of the field, but foul. Just a little bit behind these pitches, Sudi is. As he steps out, adjusts his helmet and breathes a little bit, steps back in. Bostrom throws, and it's going to be too low for ball number 1. Bostrom seems really concerned with Ferguson on first as he's really stared him down on about every single pitch. Ferguson does have 9 stolen bases on the year so far. As Ferguson goes, and Sudi rips one to the shortstop, and it will get through to left field. Ferguson will reach third base, and Sudi with another single. As we have runners at the corners for the Arrows. No outs. Down by 3. Next up, we have third baseman Keegan Finch coming up. Finch struck out his first time at bat in 4 pitches. Long giving some instructions to his team. Bostrom checks both runners. And will throw. And that's going to be to the third baseman who calmly snags it. And they will get the man out on second, but not at first, as Finch outran the play and was safe, as Trenton Ferguson will score from third to cut the deficit to 2. Falcons still lead the Arrows 5-3, as Owen Lamar makes his way. Second baseman Owen Lamar makes his way to the plate. And that first throw is going to be short for ball number 1. Counts 1-0, 1 out, man on first. As Bostrom will check Finch down at first, but no harm done for the Arrows. Checks on the runner, and the windup and the pitch. And that's going to be just too low for ball number 2. Count's now up to 2-0. Steps out of the batter's box for a second. Listens to Coach Long. Steps back in. And the pitch. It's going to be just too high for ball number 3. This would be the 4th 4-pitch walk for Bostrom if he throws another ball here. As Finch lets that one play out, and that's going to be another walk for Bostrom as the Arrows now have runners on second and first, with Dalton Rankin coming up to the plate. Dalton Rankin did already rip one into the field for a double this game. Stretches out, anticipates the pitch, and the throw. And that's going to be just too low for ball 1. Counts 1-0. Men on first and second here at the bottom of the 3rd. And that's good right down the middle for strike number 1 on Rankin. As Rankin steps out and listens to some instruction from Coach Long. Stares down both runners, and he's going to throw back to second. Not in time, as he's able to get back and is safe at second. Steps out of the batter's box for a second. Catcher is adjusting his mask. Rankin gets some coaching and steps back in. The count is 1-1, 1 out. Runners on first and second. And the throw. It's going to be too high for ball number 2. Counts 2-1. Rankin steps back in. Bostrom stares down the runner on second and throws. And it's going to be ripped into left field, but it's going to be caught by the left fielder as he's able to get back to second in time. Runner still on first and second with 2 outs after the pop out into left field by Dalton Rankin. Next up is right fielder Merrick Brown. Brown steps out, steps back in. Bostrom checks down the runner at second and throws. And that's in there for strike number 1. Checks down the runner first, stares him down. Brown waiting for the pitch. Swing, and it's fouled back for strike 2. Steps out of the box, listens to Coach Long. Adjusts his gloves, steps back in. Bostrom stares down the runner in second and throws. And it's going to be right to the third baseman for the final out of the inning. The Arrows leave men on first and second, but score one more run here at the bottom of the 3rd. After 3 innings, the Wheaton North Falcons lead the Ottawa Arrows 5-3. Stay with us on KOFO Radio.
Electricity. Where would we be without it? Yeah, in the dark. But Advantage Electric is there to light up your world. Whether it's service or repair, you'll always get a free estimate and a friendly technician. Here's Advantage Electric owner Eric Crowley.
What we enjoy is working with people in our community because we see them everywhere we go. It's not like, we go to your house and we take care of your electrical issue and then we don't talk to you or see you ever again. So it's a personal connection that we have with you.
Advantage Electric, 229 North Main. Call 418-1218.
In honor of our great country in the state of Kansas, Messengers Home Furnishings Furnishings in South Ottawa is offering 2 free lamps valued up to $150 when you buy a lacrosse sofa in the month of June. For 20 years now, Messengers has been offering a large selection of lacrosse sofas made right here in Kansas by Kansans. With lifetime warranties on their frames and heavy-duty foam cushion cores, your lacrosse sofa can last longer than those old lamps you've got that need replaced. So get to Messengers Home Furnishings before June ends and get your free pair of lamps with any lacrosse sofa purchase.
And welcome back to Burke High School in Omaha, Nebraska, where the Falcons scored 1 run for the third consecutive. The Arrows scored 1 run for the third consecutive inning, but still trail the Falcons by a score of 5-3. Top of the 4th inning, as Chris Donahue makes his way, center fielder Chris Donahue makes his way to the plate. Tries to bunt, but it's going to be popped up, and it's going to go foul off the right side. Jogs way back home, and that's going to be strike 1. The count is 0-1, no outs, no runners on base. As Johnny Nash will be out there again this inning. And that's going to be just outside and too low. 4, ball 1. Counts 1-1. Nash winding up and the pitch. And that's going to be too low again. 4, ball number 2. Counts 2-1. Steps out of the batter's box with just his gloves and his helmet. Steps back in. Nash with the pitch. And it's going to be a swing and a miss for strike number 2. Counts now 2-2. And Nash winds up and the pitch. And it's going to be popped back into the stands for, count remains 2-2. Donahue steps out. Steps back in. Nash throwing, and just a little bit too high. Full count now, no outs. Nash gets it back. And winding up, and the pitch. And it's going to be in there for strike 3 for Johnny Nash, who gets the strikeout. Third strikeout of the day for Nash. Catches him looking. We have Ryan Russman for the Falcons coming up, second baseman, as Nash throws and is just a little bit outside for ball 1. Counts 1-0, 1 out, no runners on, and Nash winds up quickly and throws in the lower left corner for strike number 1. Nash anticipating, throwing. Ooh, and Russman just barely dodged the ball there. Almost got hit by that pitch, and that's going to be ball number 2. And he's going to get him swinging there. The count is now up to 2-2 with a fastball that was just down the middle. And that's going to be popped up to the right side. And the second baseman running all the way over and grabbing it. What a play there. That was Owen Lamar with the running catch there. Just outstanding athleticism and speed by the young man. Next up for the Falcons is Olsen. Olsen already has a triple today that just went off the wall, nearly a home run. 2 outs, nobody on. Olsen just dodges the ball there, almost gets hit by it. Counts 1-0. And that's going to be in there for strike number 1. Counts 1-1, 2 outs for Olsen. Nash with the throw. just a little bit too low, and that's going to be ball number 2. Nash wasting no time, throwing, and that's going to be popped up. Too shallow left field. Left fielder running, and Ferguson gets the grab to end the top of the 4th inning. They leave the Falcons scoreless for the first time this game, but the Falcons still lead the Arrows by a score of 5-3. Stay with us for more Arrows baseball on KOFO Radio.
When it's time to pop the question, or if the answer has already been yes, then it's time to visit Sutton's Jewelry. Why not pull out all the stops for your special day with a style that will take her breath away? From the latest sparkle to artistic magic, Sutton's Jewelry stays on top of the latest trending jewelry designs. Sutton's in-house talented bench jeweler, Phil Sutton, can size any selection, and in-house repairs are always a quick turnaround. Sutton's Jewelry, 207 South Main, downtown Ottawa.
Sports, information, and entertainment in East Central Kansas. KOFO K279CS Ottawa, where keeping you informed comes first.
And welcome back to Omaha, Nebraska, here at Burke High School, where the Wheaton North Falcons are taking on the Ottawa Arrows. Falcons lead 5-3 going into the bottom of the 4th inning, as the Arrows held the Falcons scoreless in an inning for the first time this game, just this last time up. As players are still warming up, waiting for Coach Long to get to third base. And they are going to leave in Ostrom for pitching. As steps in the batter's box. Steps out, gets some final instruction from Coach Long, steps back in. Chance Crowley makes his way out for the second time this at-bat. Bostrom throws strike 1. Wastes no time and throws. That one's just going to be too low for a ball. That's a 1-1 count. No outs, nobody on for Crowley. As Bostrom throws another low 1-4, ball number 2. Gets it back. Wasting no time and throwing. That one's going to catch the lower middle part of the plate for strike number 2. We have a 2-2 count for Chance Crowley. Pounds the bat a couple times on the plate. Gets ready. And a nice curveball by Bostrom will get the strikeout. As Jared Parenti makes his way back to the plate, delivers an opening strike right there. Counts 0-1, 1 out, nobody on. Wind up and the throw. A little bit too low for ball number 1. Steps back and the throw. As Parenti rips it to the shortstop, the shortstop can't handle it. And Jared Parenti, with this 6th consecutive at-bat, will get to a base on 5 hits and a walk. He's just been outstanding after his first 2 at-bats of this tournament. As Trevor Bain makes his way back up to the plate for his 3rd appearance today. Parenti already has 2 stolen bases on the day. Pitcher knows it and checks him immediately at first base. Parenti, 19 stolen bases on the season thus far. Checks him and throws it to Bain. Bain will get it just over the head of the first baseman, and it will drop just right before the foul line as the Arrows back-to-back hits. They have 1 out, men on first and second. And Trenton Ferguson will make his way to the plate. comes the death part of the lineup for the Ottawa Arrows. The two sluggers will be coming up. The dynamic duo, the Power Towers. As pitcher throws there for strike number one on Ferguson. Catches him looking. Gets it back. Checks Parenti at second. Stares him down. Wind up and the pitch. And Ferguson rips that one, and it's just going to be foul. He got a lot of power behind that. Really solid hit by him, but unable to stay fair. Ferguson steps out. 0-2 count, 1 out, men on first and second. He's going to step back in, and the windup and the pitch. And it's going to be a grounder to third base to get the man on third, but he's only going to get the leading runner on third, as Ferguson will reach first base. We have first baseman Donnie Sudi coming up. Boehm on second, Ferguson on first, 2 outs. Donnie Sudi up. And the pitcher steps back after looking down Boehm on second. And the windup and the pitch to be just outside for ball number one. Steps out of the batter's box. Sudi does for a second. Steps back in. And Sudi is going to call for time. As Boehm kind of continues to tease the Falcon pitcher with his leadoff, step back, leadoff, step back. Pitcher's not really having it, though. And that's going to be a pitch in there for strike number one. Sudi steps back in. Anticipates the pitch. And they're going to check the runner down at second, but it's going to be too late as Boehm gets back with ease. Count still 1-1, 2 outs. Men on first and second here in the bottom of the fourth. Wind up and the pitch. And it's going to be a hit right to the first baseman, who will be able to get it. And he will be out at first. And Sudi is down at first base. Looks like he got in a collision. He's able to get back up. But the Wheaton North Falcons lead the Ottawa Arrows by a score of 5-3 here in the bottom of the fourth. Stay with us for more Arrows baseball on KOFO Radio.
Quality Structures Incorporated cast. They know that experience matters on the field and when it comes to your building needs. Visit qualitystructures.com and put their years of experience in constructing post-frame buildings to work for you.
Kramer Pharmacy, downtown Ottawa, hopes you're enjoying this KOFO sports broadcast and wishes all the area teams good luck this season. Call Kramer Pharmacy today and ask about their convenient MedSync program that allows you to have all your prescriptions filled at the same time each month. Call 242-2055.
Being your local hometown chiropractic clinic for over 50 years lends itself to being a longtime supporter of the area sports teams, including the Ottawa American Legion baseball team. Ottawa Chiropractic Clinic wishes this year's squad the best as they work toward the result they want, a third straight state championship. When you want results in reducing your pain and improving your overall wellness with traditional chiropractic care, call on the experienced team of Dr. Mike Hyatt and Dr. Sherry Jung at the Ottawa Chiropractic Clinic, 15th and Main in Ottawa, 242-4001, or visit ottawachiropractic.com.
And welcome back for more Ottawa Arrows baseball here at Burke High School in a beautiful day here in Omaha, Nebraska, as the Ottawa Arrows trail the Wheaton North Falcons by a score of 5-3. Going into the top of the fifth inning, Johnny Nash will stay out there to pitch for the Arrows. And here to start off the top of the fifth inning, we are going to have Kelson Shepard coming out to start off for the Falcons. Line out will be Bostrom and then Jackson Gray. Shepard steps up. And the windup in the pitch by Nash is going to be too high in the left corner for ball number 1. And the windup in the pitch is going to be just a little bit too low that time for ball number 2. Counts now 2-0. Windup and the pitch is going to be a shallow pop fly to the second baseman, who will get that with ease for the first out of the top of the 5th. Nash taking his time. And we do have a pitching change and a hitting change. We have Jackson Pashur stepping up. And Nash delivers an opening strike to Pashur. Nash winding up and throwing just too low. It's going to get behind the catcher, but no worries, no man on base. And Nash with the pitch. She ripped into left field, and it will drop. That's a single by new pitcher and hitter Jackson Pashur. And next up, we have Jackson Gray coming up. Gray's already had a nice day with, he had an RBI double his first at-bat, but couldn't get anything going in his last at-bat. He's 1 for 2 with an RBI. Nash taking his time. Pashur with a decent lead off of first. Nash looking him down. Throwing the play, but he's sending a steal, but he will be Pashur, will be safe at second base. That was a bang-bang call, as that was extremely close, but turns out Pashur did get there a split second before the throw did. So Pashur just entered the game, gets a strikeout, gets a single and a stolen base. As Jackson Gray will rip that one into right field as a grounder. And Pashur's going home. The right fielder unable to snag the ball. Jackson Gray is going to third, and that will be a triple for Gray. What seemed to be a relatively easy play for the Arrows turned out to just be chaotic. It was a simple grounder between the first and the second base, and neither one of the guys communicated with it, and it went into right field. Then the right fielder was unable to get it immediately, and then couldn't find the ball for a second. And Gray has that kind of breakaway speed where he can get to third. So that's the second triple for this team today. As it's a failed bunt attempt, that will be a foul for strike number 1. 0-1 count, 1 out. Man on third. The windup and the pitch. Ooh, it's going to get his helmet. Drew Atkinson did not like that. It hit his helmet, and he was visibly frustrated with Johnny Nash hitting him in the head. That puts runners at the corners for the Falcons, who now lead 6-3 here in the top of the 5th inning. Windup by Nash and the pitch. Just a little bit in front of the head of Hacker. Nash staring down the first base player and throws. And it's going to be hitting the gap between center and right field. It will drop. And that's going to score at least one more for the Falcons. who extend their lead 7-3. The runners will be on first and third. As Hacker will get a pinch runner. And we had Jack Claus coming up first third at bat of the day. A couple of nice hits earlier in the game. And that one's just going to go above the head of Jack Claus as well for ball number 1. Sets back and throw. And that's going to be just 2 outside for ball number 2. The count is now 2-0. Runners on first and third with 1 out here at the top of the 5th. Nash winds up and throws. And that one's going to be hit to center, but center fielder doesn't have to move and will get a catch. The runner on third tags up and will tack on another one for the Falcons, who extend their lead to 5 and lead 8-3 over the Ottawa Arrows. As Chris Donahue will be making a return to the plate. Runner on first, 2 outs. As that one's going to be fouled back by Donahue. Graham throws it back to Nash. Counts 0-1, 2 outs. Staying on the runner on first. Throws, and just outside. It's going to be ball number 1. The count is now 1-1. And the windup and the pitch, it's going to be a grounder to the shortstop, who's able to get it and will get the man out on second to end the top of the 5th. The Falcons tack on 3 and now lead the Ottawa Arrows 8-3. Stay with us on KOFO Radio for more Ottawa Arrow baseball.
To protect your family and plan for your financial future, get to know your Modern Woodman agent.
Hello, I'm Dale Pearson, your Modern Woodman agent in Ottawa, Kansas. Call me today at 242-6566.
Modern Woodman of America, touching lives, securing futures. People's Bank in Ottawa is proud to support our area sports teams. From People's Bank Field at Ottawa University to our Bucks for Buckets promotion and more, we believe our local sports programs are an investment in our future. Best of luck to the Ottawa sports teams from all of us at People's Bank. Member FDIC.
And welcome back to Burke High School here in Omaha, Nebraska, where it's kind of been an offensive explosion, at least for one team, as the Wheaton North Falcons, who are able to put up another 3 runs and now have an 8-3 advantage over the Ottawa Arrows, who have had a lot of opportunities to score but just have left men on base multiple times. Runners at the corners, runners on second and third, just unable to continue to string hits together. We'll see if this inning changes that narrative. As Keegan Finch steps in. Finch steps in and will take the first pitch from Pasture for a ball, a little bit too low. Counts 1-0, nobody on, no outs. As Pasture wastes no time and throws a little bit high, but Finch swung at it, and the count is now 1-1. Pasture is a very quick windup and wastes no time between pitches. That one's going to be a curveball, but just a little bit low outside to the right corner for ball number 2. Counts 2-1. Windup and throw. That one's going to be fouled off right. Got a good contact on that, but not enough to keep it in play, as we have a 2-2 count now for Finch. Wind up and the pitch. And that one's going to be just over the head of Finch, and now we have a full count. Steps out of the box, regains himself, steps back in. Pasture staring him down, and the windup and the throw. That's going to be outside, and Finch is going to be walked. The fourth leadoff walk that the Wheaton North Falcons have given the Arrows. As second baseman, Owen Lamar goes up. Runner on first, nobody out. Lamar, as I mentioned earlier, had a huge day yesterday. Hasn't really been able to get going today. As Pasher throws it to first and checks Finch. Finch calmly slides back. And that's going to be too low for ball number one. Finch, decent lead off. Throws, and it's going to be too high for ball number two. Finch, not a big stealing base guy, but he's got 4 on the season so far. As the Falcon head coach will go out to the pitcher's mound and talk to his guy. Just not able to really place his pitches right now, as the coach just telling him he's got to get together, got to throw it in the strike zone. But I think he is going to leave him in there as the Jeopardy music starts and the umpires go out to the mound to see what's up. And looks like the Wheaton North head coach will leave Trevor Pasher in. Two and no count for Owen Lamar. No outs. Keegan Finch on first for the Arrows. The windup and the throw, it's going to be right down the middle for strike number one. Just a beautiful day here in Omaha, Nebraska. Not a cloud in the sky, about high 70s, low 80s. Perfect day for baseball as Finch swings and misses for strike number two. Counts now 2-2. Steps back in the box. Pasher stares down Finch and throws, and it's going to be outside for ball number 3. We have a full count here for Owen Lamar. No outs, man on first here at the bottom of the 5th inning. Pasher winds up and throws. A little bit high, but he swings that, and it's going to be fouled off to the left side. Crowd getting a little bit loud for their respective teams. Good atmosphere here today. Really good atmosphere. As Pasher throws, and it's going to be fouled off to about the same spot as it was last time. As Lamar steps out, adjusts his gloves, so second, wind up and the throw. That's going to be pop fly to center field, who's able to get a catch for the first out of the bottom of the 5th. Good battle there between Lamar and Pasher. As Finch will remain on first. Coming up for the Ottawa Arrows is number 7, Dalton Rankin. Wind up and a throw, and that's going to be fouled back for strike one. Counts on 1. Rankin steps out. Adjusts his grip. Steps back in as Pasher checks down Finch at first and keeps him at bay. Finch, decent leadoff. Pasher throws. Going to be too high, just over the head of Dalton Rankin, and that's going to be ball number 1. The count's 1-1. 1 out. Man on first. And the throw. Curveball just too high, and that's going to be ball number 2. Pass short throws, and it's going to be fouled back again for the second strike of this at-bat. Counts 2-2. Only one out here, but the Arrows need to string together a run as they are down 8-3 here. And that's going to be ball number 3, just a little bit too high. Full count now. 1 out, Finch on first. Pastor gets it back. Stares down Finch. Winds up and delivers and gets Rankin swinging for his second strikeout of the day and the second out of this inning. As right fielder Merrick Brown makes his way to the plate, Finch is still on first. 2 outs here in the bottom of the 5th inning where the Ottawa Arrows trail 8-3. Brown steps in the box. Pastor throws right down the middle for strike number 1. Good fastball there. Finch not really leading off anymore. And Finch thought about going, then pulled it back. As that's going to be ball number 1 at this at-bat. 1-1 count here, 2 outs. Brown steps back in. And the throw by Pastor is high and outside for ball number 2. Throws, and that's going to be pop flied into shallow second base, basically, for the final out of the inning. After 5 innings of play, the Ottawa Arrows trail the Wheaton North Falcons 8-3. Stay with us for the last 2 innings of action here on KOFO Radio.
This is Dr. Adam Maxwell of Maxwell Chiropractic at 225 South Walnut in Ottawa, wishing the best for the Ottawa Arrows American Legion baseball team and providing you the best chiropractic techniques and treatment for your overall health and wellness. Call for an appointment today, 893-8272.
Since 1944, families of Franklin County have called Dingle & Son Mortuary and Crematory in their time of need. Why? Because of the peace of mind received knowing that Dingle & Son will take charge and exceed expectations. Visit dinglemortuary.com.
Community journalism is thriving at the Ottawa Herald. 3 days a week in print and every day online, the Herald's award-winning staff covers the news that matters to you. Breaking news, sports, events, and so much more, just as the Herald has done for more than 140 years. Call 242-4700 to subscribe today, or find us online at www.ottawaherald.com, on Facebook, or download our app.
And welcome back to Burke High School here in beautiful Omaha, Nebraska, where the Ottawa Arrows trail the Wheaton North Falcons 8-3. David Eichholt here on the call for KOFO Radio, and we do have a pitching change for the Arrows as number 21, the big man himself, Brock Huddleston, will be coming in to relieve for Johnny Nash. Huddleston's pitched 5 in the 3rd innings so far this season with 6 strikeouts and has walked 2 and has allowed only 2 runs, none of them earned. So a perfect 0 ERA for Huddleston. As the bottom part of the order for the Falcons takes place, and Ryan Russman enters in, attempts to bunt, but bunts it foul for strike number 1. Bottom half of this Falcon lineup has been relatively quiet, but they're getting very, very good production from most of the lineup as Huddleston winds up and throws. And that one's going to be hit to the gap between center field and right field. And that's going to be a leadoff single for Russman. Looked like Russman was thinking about going to second, kind of stood in the middle of the baseline thinking about it, but never broke for it. As number 17, Connor Olson steps back in. Olson's had a great day. He's just been dynamic for them. As Olson hits it in the left field, it will hit the gap for a single for Olson. That's back-to-back singles for the Falcons to start off this inning. And Kelson Shepard makes his way back to the plate. There's fourth at bat of the day. Runners on first and second for the Falcons as Halson winds up and delivers a curveball, but just too low. 4-1. Counts 1-0. Bloody out, runners on first and second. As Halson winds up and delivers a strike fastball right down the middle. Count is now 1-1. And Halson winds up and delivers, and that's going to be hit right back at Halson, but Halson able to nab it, gets the runner at second, but can't get the runner at first. But they do get the first out of the inning, but runners are now at the corners for the Falcons. Great athleticism and awareness by Brock Halson to be able to snag that ball. Looked like it was about his head level, but got the glove up in time as it was a quick grounder right back to him. As first pitch is fouled back for Trevor Pastor. Jackson Pastor. Halson looking, Halson throwing. Going to be too low and outside for ball number 1. Count is now 1-1 with runners at the corners here in the top of the 6th inning. Huddleston staring down the man on third, winds up and throws, and the man's going for second, and it's going to be overthrown. The ball goes into center field, and easy run for the Wheaton North Falcons, who extend their lead 9-3. As Halson winds up and throws to Pastor, as Pastor fouls it back. Runner on second. Count is now 2-2 with 1 out. Wind up by Halson, and the pitch is going to be fouled back again into the bleachers. Halson looking. Halson throwing. Ooh, and the batter just had to duck to avoid getting hit, and that will advance the runner from second to third base. So just a couple mental errors by the Ottawa Arrows lead to a run and a man on third. But Brock Huddleston gets the strikeout there as he threw a fastball just in the lower part of the strike zone for out number 2. And we got Jack Gray coming up, and Gray has just been outstanding today as he has a double and a triple already this game. As that one's about hit his knee, but Gray jumped back and avoided being hit. Counts 1-0, 2 outs, man on third base for the Falcons. Halson looks him down and throws, and that one's going to be hit to right field. Back, and it's just off the wall, and Jackson Gray has just had himself a day, able to hit everything that's been coming at him, hitting the gaps, hitting the wall, and that's another RBI double for him as the Falcons extend their lead 10-3 over the Ottawa Arrows. Next up for the Falcons is Drew Atkinson, as Halson winds up and delivers a strike right down the middle. Wastes no time and throws it in a swing and a miss by Atkinson for strike number 2. The count is 0-2, 2 outs, man on second. And the pitch is just going to be a little bit too high there for the first ball of this at-bat. Counts up to 1-2. And Huddleston gets the strikeout to end the top of the sixth, but not without 2 runs of damage in favor of the Falcons. After 5.5 innings of play, the Wheaton North Falcons lead the Ottawa Arrows by a score of 10-3. Stay with us for more on KOFO Radio.
If you have been in an accident, tell your insurance company you want your repairs done at CarStar Ottawa. We can arrange for your tow, your car rental, and deal with your insurance company all with one phone call. No need for multiple estimates and worry. Call 242-8916. Relax. We'll take it from here.
The most trusted name in heating and cooling is Adamson Brothers. Let us make sure your air conditioner is ready to handle the hottest days of the year. Call today and schedule a tune-up with our air conditioning experts. 242-9273.
And welcome back to Ottawa Arrow Baseball, where they trail the Wheaton North Falcons by a score of 10-3 going into the bottom of the sixth inning. David Eichel here on the call for KOFO Radio, as the Arrows just have not been able to string together hits in a timely fashion. They've gotten guys on base. They've left 2 on in multiple innings. They left bases loaded once. Missed opportunities once they are there, as the Wheaton North Falcons have walked the leadoff batter for the Arrows in 4 innings this game, but unable to capitalize on any of them. As looks like Pastor will stay out there for the Wheaton North Falcons. Brian Long's instructing his team, maybe trying to fire them up to see if they can have another great comeback like they did yesterday, coming back from 3 down in the bottom of the 7th inning. So we'll see if head coach Brian Long can get the team fired up as he makes his way over to third base, and we can get this bottom half of the inning started. As for the Ottawa Arrows, we're going to have Alex Trinkle coming out to make his first at-bat of the day, first appearance. Trinkle steps in. Pastor wasting no time and throwing. That's going to be too low and outside for ball number 1. Counts 1-0, no outs here in the bottom of the 6th. Pastor delivers, and same spot, different corner for ball number 2. Leads up to it and delivers a strike right in the right middle part of the strike zone. Count is now up to 2-1. And delivery. And strike number 2, middle left part of the plate. Trinkle wasn't sure about that one. Kind of looked at the ump after that strike call as Pastor lines up and delivers. And they're going to call that a foul ball by Trinkle. Hit the bat, just went directly down and stayed down. Pastor makes his way back up to the mound. Trinkle steps back in the box. And the throw, and it's going to go over the head of Trinkle, and we have a full count here. Looks like it just slipped off Pastor's hand, out of Pastor's hand, and just went over that, like good 2 feet over the head of Trinkle. Pastor waits and throws, and that's going to be hit by Trinkle right to the third baseman, who calmly snags it, and they will get the out at first for the first out of the inning. As another first at bat for the day is going to be Cody Mitchell coming out to bat. Long trying some different things to see if other guys can get some hits going. As that one is outside for ball number 1. Counts 1-0, 1 out, nobody on. That pitch is going to be too low and too left. That's going to be ball number 2. Counts up to 2-0. Arrows need to cut into this deficit now. They want any hope of coming back, as they trail 10-3. as he throws the ball outside, 2-1. And that pitch is going to be low and outside 4, ball number 3. The count's up to 3-1. Catcher throws it over the head of the pitcher, who has to go grab it, but he's back at the mound now. We will resume play as he winds up, and the pitch by Pastor. That one's going to be too high, and there's another walk for Pastor and the Arrows. As another substitute hitter, as Brody Mundell will be coming in for his first at bat of the day. Mitchell on first. Mitchell's going to second based off a throwing error by the pitcher. So, a little something going. Cody Mitchell gets to second. 1-0 count. Bottom of the sixth inning with 1 out. Mundell steps out, adjusts, steps back in. The wind up by Pastor and the pitch. Ooh, just barely avoided hitting Mundell's back. But it didn't, so that's ball number 2. Pastor staring down. Mitchell at second. And the Wheaton North Falcon catcher and the head coach will be making another plate appearance. Mound appearance. Probably talking to his pitcher to see how to go about this situation. But the Falcons do lead 10-3 right now, and there will be a pitcher warming up. I'm not sure if he's going to be substituted in, but he will be warming up on the left side of the field. Head coach is going to leave Pastor in at least for another at-bat as he has another pitcher warming up the side of the field as Mundell retakes his place in the batter's box. And the throw by Pastor gets Mundell swinging for the first strike of this at-bat. Counts 2-1, man on second. Checks the runner at second. Goes back to the plate. He's gearing up for it. And the throw. He's going to get Mundell swinging for strike number 2. Counts 2-2 with 1 out. And throw. And he's going to get Mundell swinging, but he's running to first, and he's going to be thrown out at first for the second out this inning. Next up, we have the powerhouse himself, Trent Ferguson. 2 outs, man on second. That pitch is going to be low and outside 4, ball number 1. But a wild pitch will advance the runner to third base. So Mitchell on third with their second leading RBI guy in right now. As that one's get the upper left-hand corner for strike number 1. Counts up to 1-1, 2 outs. Man on third here in the bottom of the 6th. The throw just going to avoid Ferguson's head, and that's going to be ball number 2. And that one's just going to be high and outside 4, ball 3. The count is now 3-1 with 2 outs. Ferguson gearing up for it, anticipating the pitch, and the throw by Pastor is going to be in there for strike number 2. The windup and the throw. That's going to be ball 4, and Ferguson will get the first. Another opportunity here for the Arrows as they have runners on first and third. With number 24, Grant Maxwell, coming in. Maxwell, left-handed hitter, will be trying to throw off this pitching matchup. As that pitch is way high and way outside, that's going to be easily called ball 1. Ferguson, nice lead off on first. That one's going to get the left side of the strike zone for strike number 1. Counts 1-1, 2 outs, runners at the corners for the Ottawa Arrows. Maxwell steps out. Steps back in. Maxwell, 280 on the season, batting, 8 RBIs. As that one is going to be popped up, might hit the gap between center and right field, but the center fielder will get there in time for the final out of the inning. So after 6 innings of play, the Ottawa Arrows trail the Wheaton North Falcons by a score of 10-3. Stay with us for the conclusion of this and much more here on KOFO Radio.
Need to know if your child's game or practice has been canceled due to weather? Sign up now for Ottawa Recreation Commission's text alerts. Go to orcottawaks.org to sign up or for more information.
Safe, secure, strong. We're rock solid. Kansas State Bank. A better way to bank with community people you know. Member FDIC. Equal housing lender.
How about getting rid of a pound of fat per day with completely safe, effective laser-like lipo? No strenuous dieting or excessive exercising. Call Dr. Jade Provo at Franklin County Chiropractic for a no-obligation appointment. 785-242-9393.
Changing of the season is always a great time to redecorate. Hey, it's Heidi from Ottawa Paint, Frames, and Decor. Come find a new PPG Pittsburgh paint color to freshen up those walls. And ask me about the new selection of window coverings available. Ottawa Paint, Frames, and Decor, the home of PPG Pittsburgh Paints in downtown Ottawa.
And welcome back to Ottawa Arrows Baseball here on KOFO Radio. David Eichholt here on the call with the Ottawa Arrows trailing the Wheaton North Falcons by a score of 10-3. Really just an offensive explosion all game by Wheaton North Falcons. All of them have been proven capable hitters so far this game. And Brock Huddleston, the Arrows pitcher, will stay out there for this inning as he is relieving for starting pitcher Johnny Nash. And leading off for the Wheaton North Falcons is going to be Chris Hacker. As Huddleston gets lined up. And the windup and the throw could be high, too high, and that's ball 1. Counts 1-0 here in the top of the 7th. Windup by Huddleston and the throw could be just too short for ball number 2. Huddleston winds up and the pitch in there for strike number 1. Counts now up to 2-1. Huddleston wasting no time. The throw, that one's going to be hit to left field. It's back, and it's just missed at the warning track by Ferguson, and that's going to be a double for Sam Hacker. As number 8, Jack Claus, is going to be coming up for the Wheaton North Falcons. Claus has it. Huddleston throws, and that's going to be a grounder to third base. And they will get Claus out at first. Hopefully that doesn't put him on Claus's naughty list. Okay, coming up next for the Wheaton North Falcons is Peyton Thompson, number 35. One out here, man on second for the Wheaton North Falcons. Halson looks him down second and throws. Just misses the body of Thompson, and that's going to be ball number 1. Counts 1-0. Wind up by Halson, and the pitch. He'll be outside for 2-0 count. And the windup and the pitch to be just inside for strike number 1. Counts 2-1, 1 out. Man on second for the Falcons. Halson checks him and throws. Gets Thompson swinging for strike number 2. Halson really wasting no time between pitches. Once the batter's ready, he just gears up and he goes. And that one's just going to be too low, just misses the curveball, and that's going to lead to a full count here. That one's just going to be too low and outside for ball number 4. So Halson walks Thompson. And we got Jeff Medial coming out for his first at-bat of the day. Runners on first and second for the Falcons. Halson gears up and throws. Could be too low for ball number 1. Checks runner second and throws. And that one's just going to be 2 left, 2 and 2 outside for ball number 2. The count's up 2-0. And pitches. And it's going to be a grounder to shortstop. Able to snag it down, but not able to get the throw there in time. So that's bases loaded for the Falcons here with 1 out. As Connor Olson makes his way to the plate again, as he has a triple RA today, a single, and he's just put together himself a nice day at the plate. Wind up and the pitch by Halson is a strike. Wasting no time here with another pitch, and it's strike 2. And with the windup from Halson and the pitch, made contact by Olson. Oh, but it's just foul. Would have been a really well-placed line drive by him. Just scrapes over the line right before it drops. Halson lines up and the pitch. It's going to get Olson looking for another strikeout for Brock Halson. Great pitch. Olson looked a little bit surprised. He thought it was 2 outside, but the ump saw it differently, and that's the second strikeout for Huddleston. And wasting no time here with Kelson Shepard as Huddleston delivers an opening strike. Wind up and the pitch. Just a little bit too low there for Huddleston. That'll be ball number 1. Counts up to 1-1, bases loaded. And the pitch. And that one's going to be fouled back. No chance of that one. So that's going to lead to a 1-2 count. Olson checking the runners and pitching. Change up goes right to the shortstop, who is able to get to first base, and that will end the top of the 7th inning. Olson gets out of the jam and prevents any further damage. Going into the bottom of the 7th inning, the Ottawa Arrows trail the Wheaton North Falcons by a score of 10-3. Stay with us on KOFO Radio.
I don't know if you can hear me over this hailstorm, but I'm here to tell you that Advantage Ford in Ottawa is having a hail sale. Whether there's 1 dent or 100, all those dents add up to a $1,000 discount. Advantage Ford has virtually every make and model, $1,000 off thanks to this hail. Get on into Advantage Ford, 2320 South Oak, just off I-35, exit 183 in Ottawa, 855-242-5100, online at AdvantageFordOfKansas.com. I got to get inside.
West-bred varieties like WB4303 and WB4721 come from a long line of great lines with a legacy of superior breeding, elite genetics, and locally proven yield potential. And when you combine WB4303 or WB4721 with Quick Roots microbial seed inoculant, you can get optimal plant growth that can help you maximize your season's potential. Visit westbred.com/suppliers to find a Westbred seed supplier near you. Always read and follow pesticide label directions. Individual results may vary.
Sports, information, and entertainment in East Central Kansas. KOFO K279CS Ottawa, where keeping you informed comes first.
And welcome back to Burke High School here in Omaha, Nebraska on KOFO Radio. David Eichel on the call, and Sweet Caroline has broken out, and the fans are digging it. Bombs going everywhere, being shouted everywhere. A new pitcher for the Wheaton North Falcons. It's going to be DJ Hagan coming out to close this one out. As he winds up and the pitch. And that's going to be an opening swing and a miss for batter Keegan Finch as the Arrows trail here 10-3. And an interesting look for DJ Hagan, really with a unique delivery, which could be throwing off Finch and might throw off the Arrow batter. It's kind of a weird sidearm, but it seems to work for him. Kind of not as quite a submarine pitch, as that one is going to be fouled back for a strike. Counts 1-1 as Hagan winds up, and the throw just too high, and that's going to be for ball number 2. Counts up 2-2. As Finch makes some contact, going back in, it's going to be a pop out to right field as he's able to snag that for the first out of the 7th inning. As Spencer Mays makes his way up to the plate for the first time today. See if the Arrow offense can get something going. As the first pitch is going to be a ball. And the windup from Hagan and the throw is going to be outside for another ball, ball number 2. Counts up 2-0, 1 out, nobody on here in the bottom of the 7th. Hagan throws and gets Mays swinging at that and missing it. The count is up 2-1. As Mays gets some contact on it, and it will drop right before the left fielder can get that. That's a single for Mays there, for Spencer Mays. His 7th hit of the season for him. As Cale Clark will be making his first appearance of the weekend here at bat. As that pitch by Hagan is going to be outside for ball number 1. Counts 1-0. Mays on first. 1 out here in the bottom of the 7th. Hagan throws, and that's going to be popped up to shallow center field, and he'll make the catch for the second out of the inning. As Merrick Brown makes his way to the plate for what could be the final at-bats of this game. A reminder, there will be a doubleheader. Scheduled pitch time is 11:33, but we'll get confirmation after this game ends whether that will be accurate or not. The windup and the pitch is going to be just outside for ball number 1. Brown steps back in. Windup and the pitch. Got some contact on it, but it's going to be just on the edge of in play, but fielders are unable to get there in time. Counts 1-1, 2 outs. man on first. Brown steps in. Hagan throws. And a good breaking ball by Hagan. That'll be strike 2 on Merrick Brown. Hagan winds up and throws, and that one's going to be too high, and that's going to be ball number 2. 2-2 count, 2 outs, man on first for the Arrows. Hagan gears up and delivers. Too low, and we have a full count with 2 outs. Brown steps out, takes a practice swing, gets himself together, steps back in. Wind up and the pitch. To make contact, it's going to be hit toward the shortstop. Who's going to throw, and it's going to be there in time and get the out, and that is going to do it for game number 1 for the Ottawa Arrows. But the Ottawa Arrows fall to the Wheaton North Falcons by a score of 10-3. We'll be right back for a quick final word about this game and much more, including a second game of our doubleheader against Buffalo, Minnesota. So stay with us here on KOFO Radio.
Stay tuned for the Ottawa Arrows American Legion Baseball postgame show, brought to you by Advantage Electric at 229 North Main in Ottawa. Advantage Electric, lighting up your world. Whether you're building or remodeling, you want your project to be unique to you. Eric Crowley of Advantage Electric can help.
Something recently we've started is custom lighting, making custom lights. I've noticed it's a new trend. Not everybody wants the big, box light fixtures that you can buy. Everybody's looking for something eclectic nowadays and new and a conversation piece.
Your ideas come to life.
Anything and everything that you could think of that you could possibly make a light fixture out of, we could certainly do it.
Advantage Electric, 229 North Main. Call 418-1218.
Weather can be unpredictable, and turbulent weather, especially hail, can damage shingles. If your house has experienced hail damage, contact HCS Restoration and Roofing. Licensed and insured with 20 years of experience, HCS Restoration and Roofing are your hail claim specialists. And they're members of BBB. Call 913-731-6537. 913-731-6537. HCS Restoration and Roofing of Kansas. We have you covered.
All Seasons Air Conditioning and Heating in Ottawa presents another way to make you feel better. Before you spring into the great outdoors, don't neglect the great indoors. All Seasons Air Conditioning and Heating keeps you feeling better with a new Lennox home comfort system. And now you can get up to a $1,700 rebate on a new Lennox system. Call All Seasons Air Conditioning and Heating at their new number, 8888 Airman, or visit them online at allseasons-ac-heat.com. All Seasons Air Conditioning and Heating, locally owned and treating you like family. Call today, 8888 Airman.
Do you worry about sorting your medications? Being sure you took the right one at the right time on the right day? Kramer Pharmacy can take the guesswork out of your daily medication issues. No more bottles or pill boxes and no more worry. Kramer Pharmacy offers the Dispill multi-dose packaging system. Each dose is personalized just for you, color-coded by time of day, and they're even detachable if you're on the go. Local and making your prescription needs convenient. Kramer Pharmacy, 134 South Main in downtown Ottawa. Call today, 242-2055.
And welcome back here to Burke High School in Omaha, Nebraska for KOFO's coverage of the Ottawa Arrows. This is the Advantage Electric postgame show on KOFO Radio. Really interesting game here, but ultimately the Arrows offense just couldn't put it together. They had multiple opportunities, but they couldn't string enough hits together when it was all said and done. They left runners on base. They left 13 runners on base throughout this game. They had a bases loaded attempt in the second inning. They had multiple runners to the corners and a guy at second and third. They were unable to convert, and that was ultimately the difference, as Johnny Nash, the Arrows starting pitcher, will fall to a record of 2-1. And Nash had only given up 3 earned runs this season going into this game. But the Wheaton North Falcons offense was just dynamic. Multiple hits that just were deep outfield, 2 of which bounced off the wall. And they just had a bunch of triples. They had 3 triples, 4 doubles, and they were just power hitting Nash and Huddleston down. And that was ultimately the difference in the game, is one team converted the opportunities and got hits. in virtually every single position of the lineup compared to the Arrows, as Arrows head coach Brian Long is communicating with his team, trying to keep the spirits up going into a not much easier game against Buffalo, Minnesota, who did lose to the Falcons in yesterday's game by a final score of 5-4, and that was before the Ottawa Arrows' thrilling walk-off victory yesterday. Ferguson had a little bit of a better game, couple singles, as well as Donovan Sudi, but the power hitting just has not been there for the Arrows so far this weekend. In fact, a lot of their stuff has come from gap hitting, especially the first game, and not much the second game. There were just a couple fielding errors by the Wheaton North Falcons, which helped lead to 3 early runs for the Ottawa Arrows as they scored 1, 1, and 1 in the first 3 innings, respectively. But we're going to take one quick break here, and we'll wrap up everything here for the first game coverage of Ottawa Arrows baseball here on the Advantage Electric postgame show. So stay with us on KOFO Radio.
Electricity. Where would we be without it? Yeah, in the dark. But Advantage Electric is there to light up your world. Whether it's service or repair, you'll always get a free estimate and a friendly technician. Here's Advantage Electric owner Eric Crowley.
What we enjoy is working with people in our community because we see them everywhere we go. It's not like, we go to your house and we take care of your electrical issue and then we don't talk to you or see you ever again. So it's a personal connection that we have with you.
Advantage Electric, 229 North Main. Call 418-1218.
Dingle & Son Mortuary's kind and caring staff is with you and your family every step of the way.
I do have a staff that is extremely talented, but on top of that talent is their desire to please the families that we serve and to take care of all the little things that really make a big difference. There isn't anyone on our staff that isn't totally committed. The caring level and the talent especially is why we're so successful.
When it's time, call 242-2323. Dingle & Son Mortuary, Ottawa.
When your company needs new or used equipment to get the job done, Arvest Equipment Finance may be your answer to your financing needs. At Arvest Bank, our finance experts can help you with customized solutions to fit all your equipment financing needs. We offer 100% financing with approved credit, proven solutions, and faster turnaround than many other loan options. Arvest Equipment Finance is sure to be the answer to your financing needs. Stop by the local Arvest Bank and talk to an expert today or visit arvest.com. Arvest Bank, member FDIC, equal housing lender.
Cornerstone Bookstore, downtown Ottawa, has new items in the store for 2017, like new Joel Osteen, Joyce Meyer, and Tim Tebow books. Check out the 2017 calendars. When you need a special gift or card for birthdays, wedding, anniversary, or just because, shop Cornerstone Bookstore, downtown Ottawa.
Target presents That Time When.
Daddy, want to hear a story?
Sure, honey.
One time there was this astronaut fairy.
Wow, an astronaut fairy.
And she made herself the coolest robot dress ever. Except it was made of lots and lots of toilet paper. Oh, and aluminum foil.
Time for a Target run. Get everyday low prices on everyday essentials like Up and Up aluminum foil. And get lots and lots of Charmin Ultra Strong Toilet Paper 8 Double Plus rolls, just $5.49. Target run and done. Pricing and availability may vary.
When smart businesses need to grow their team, they do it on the site proven to deliver, Indeed.com. According to an independent study, Indeed delivers 5 times more hires than any other job site, more hires than the rest combined. And right now we're giving new users a $50 credit to post a sponsored job, boosting your listing in relevant search results. Claim your $50 credit at Indeed.com/credit. Indeed, the world's #1 job site. Terms, conditions, and quality standards apply.
And welcome back to KOFO's coverage of Ottawa Arrows baseball here on the Advantage Electric postgame show here from Burke High School in Omaha, Nebraska. Ultimately, the power offense and the dynamic hitting from the North Wheaton Falcons ultimately ended the chance of an Arrows comeback as guys like Jackson Gray had a heck of a game as he had a triple and another ball that bounced off the top of the fence and got a double, as well as leadoff man Connor Olson had a great day. Atkinson, Hacker, Jack Claus, you go down the list. I mean, these guys were just all dynamic. They were all making good contact on the ball. And ultimately, Johnny Nash and Brock Carlson just couldn't get any pitches that those guys couldn't find. And that ultimately decided the game. But we'll see what head coach Brian Long's message is to his team to see how they're going to be able to respond from a tough loss here after such a thrilling win yesterday, as the competition will not get easier, as he's talking to his team about what this team's resiliency is like since their record is now fallen to 17-2 so far this summer season. But taking a look, we'll need guys like Donnie Studi to catch up. We'll need Jared Parenti to keep continuing what he's doing, and we need another guy in that middle to late part of the lineup that can really step up and keep carrying that offense when Parenti and Bame and all those type of guys just can't carry all that offense because they need guys at near the bottom of the order to bring them home. And that's been one of the most difficult things for them so far, as well as keeping all the runners off of getting the runners home and keeping runners off the bases ultimately is these pitchers' responsibilities. So we'll see who's going to start Game 3 against Buffalo, Minnesota here for the Ottawa Arrows. But that is going to do it for the Advantage Electric postgame show. Just a reminder, the doubleheader will start at approximately 22 minutes. Will be the first pitch time. So stay with us here on KOFO Radio, and thanks for tuning in to the Advantage Electric postgame show.
We hope you enjoyed this broadcast of Post 60 Ottawa Arrows American Legion Baseball from KOFO. Brought to you by Modern Woodman agent Dale Pearson, Dr. Hale Family Dentistry, Kansas State Bank, Adamson Brothers, Ottawa Recreation Commission, and by Ransom Memorial Hospital, Ottawa Chiropractic Clinic, Sutton's Jewelry, CarStar, Messenger's Home Furnishing, Dingle & Son Mortuary, also by Franklin County Chiropractic, the Ottawa Herald, Wise Guys Construction, People's Bank, Kramer Pharmacy, and Costantino's Price Chopper, Quality Structures Incorporated, Maxwell Chiropractic, and Advantage Electric. For more information about our next Ottawa Arrows Legion baseball broadcast, log on to the KOFO sports page at KOFO.com. This has been an exclusive presentation from your sports source for East Central Kansas, KOFO.
Here's your exclusive KOFO Weather Center forecast.
Hi, it's Lou Baker from CarStar in Ottawa. We stand behind our repairs with local lifetime warranty and CarStar Limited 5-year nationwide warranty. 1-800-CARSTAR. Relax, we'll take it from here.
Today, sunny with a high of 91. Tonight, partly clear, the low 68. Tomorrow, sunny, the high 92. Tomorrow night, partly clear with a low of 69. In your extended forecast, Thursday, mostly sunny, the high 90. Thursday night, partly clear with a low of 68. Friday, a 40% chance of showers and thunderstorms. Partly sunny with a high of 68. At the Ottawa Municipal Airport, winds out of the southwest at 13. Relative humidity is 51%. Barometric pressure is trending upwards at 30 and 4/100ths of an inch of mercury. Your low this morning was 64, first recorded at 4:35. And it's mostly sunny, and 82 at 12:20 and 103.7 FM KOFO.
Providing high-quality patient care locally is the mission of Ransom Memorial Hospital. That's why Ransom Memorial recently invested in the latest heart imaging technology, allowing cardiologists to take a more detailed image of your heart and arteries. This is the kind of care and commitment to future growth in all aspects of your health and well-being that Ransom Memorial Hospital provides. So you can get the latest in testing and treatment right here in your own community. They really are close to home, and now even closer